Hi, everybody. We're here on Friday over in our grooming salon with Alaina. And you notice I don't have my girls with me. It's because coming over here is not necessarily a highlight of their day. They are really not fond of getting their nails trimmed. Although they do a great job over here, I decided that since we were going to be doing so much talking, it was going to be easier if I didn't have my wiggle worms with me today. But we're going to be talking about all things grooming. So we're over here in our grooming salon, and if you've never been over here, it is at our Battleground location. It is located just adjacent to the store. It's actually connected. You can walk through. There's also an exterior door on the side of the building to get into our grooming salon. And we have had grooming here for a little over 10 years. No, 15 years. A little over 15 years. Yeah, a long time. And we've got a lot of great groomers. But as you may know, if you have called to book an appointment recently, we're pretty booked out. How booked out are we?
I think I have an appointment end of August and then the beginning of September.
So we're booking out pretty far in advance. And so if you know you're going to need a grooming appointment towards the end of August, beginning of September, call today to book that appointment so we can make sure we can get you in. And then I have Alaina here with me, who is one of our groomers. And Alaina loves the camera.
She's a liar.
Alaina does a great job, and of course is an awesome groomer, and we want Alaina to tell you a little bit more about tips and tricks about things you can do if you're in dire need of a grooming appointment but can't get into the groomer, because that's a big problem. Man, we have a loud talkers today. Talkers, as you can hear how loud it is. Somebody's telling us they want to be on camera. Tell us some tips and tricks about what you need to do in between grooming appointments to help keep that fur and coat a lot easier maintenance so that when they get into the groomer, they're not all matted up.
Well, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, brush your dogs. There's no real simple way to say it other than brush your dogs. You know, you can get yourself a slicker brush. We recommend getting yourself a two-sided comb. You'll notice one side has a wider set of teeth and one side has a thinner set of teeth. You work with this down to the wider teeth to the thinner teeth. Once you get your comb through your dog, you're pretty much good. So at that point in time, feel free to know that you've done a good job. But do watch out for things like brush burn and stuff like that, because you can irritate the skin very easily, especially on dogs that are of a lighter coat. Don't know why that is scientifically, but it just tends to happen more times than not. We all do need some help sometimes, and sometimes the brushes and the combs can't necessarily do it all for you. So there are some tools and some sprays and some conditioning treatments that we have out there that you can definitely use to help demat those coats down, so that they're a little bit more broken up. It helps the brushes go through a little bit easier, makes the hair a little bit more softer. One of my personal favorites that we have it in the location. You have to order it online if you want it, but it's made by Arturo. It's called Maddox. This stuff is awesome. You can use it on a non-wash dog. You can use it on a wash dog. It really just depends on what your preference is. But you're pretty much just going to spray the area with completely matted out, blow dry it up a little bit, and then start working your combs and your brushes through. We also sell some stuff in the store that's actually pretty cool. It's called The Stuff. We use it here in the salon actually too. It's actually one of our go-to spray-on conditioners after your dog gets a bath here with us. So that definitely helps silken the coat and make the hair softer for those brushes and stuff to go through. You know, we've got the tips and tricks here that not everybody has at the house, unfortunately, like high-velocity dryers. But,
and so, daily?
Yes.
Brushing and combing
daily? Oh, yeah, no, daily. Absolutely. I mean, if your dog goes outside to use the bathroom and it's raining out, if you did it 3 or 4 times, I'd recommend maybe every time they came back in, depending on the length that you want to keep their coat. You know, you have to be realistic, unfortunately, and think to yourself, is this something that I'm going to do with my coat of my dog, or am I just going to not brush it maybe once every week or so?
Well, I mean, so from a human standpoint, think about if you went 6 to 8 weeks without brushing your own hair, what that might look like. What it would look like if you went without washing, conditioning, or brushing through your own hair. That would make a huge difference. And so, of course, it's the same way for our long-coated furry friends. And let's talk a little bit more about the dangers of matting, what it can cause, the problems that it can cause, and the health issues.
Matting, of course, is the hair gets so clumped in and pretty much suffocates the skin. So at that point in time, you've got skin that has no ability to feel air, water, light, anything of that nature. So anything that gets trapped underneath there, especially if it has a lot of moisture in that area, can certainly cause hot spots, a lot of bacterial infections, stuff of that nature on your dogs. Not to mention, it constricts the blood flow. So unfortunately, when you do get a matted shave down with us, sometimes, as some of our clients have experienced before, it allows that blood flow to pop back up, which can cause your dog to possibly hematoma, if not have the skin get red and blotchy, as well as irritation. Not to mention, it's also extremely dangerous and very, very uncomfortable for your dogs to be matted shave downs. Like I said, it constricts the skin and blood flow, so when you're trying to work that hair off and it's not wanting to go anywhere, all it's doing is pulling and hitting all those nerve endings in that dog, and they feel it, unfortunately. So yeah, it's very painful. But I've seen dogs that actually lost limbs, and bodily parts like their ears and their tail do matting before because of how bad it cut off the circulation. Those aren't something that we're not things that we see every day. So I'm just saying this is something that can happen, unfortunately, and it's not pleasant for anybody. Not to mention, matted shave downs, you don't know what's underneath there, and you don't know how much skin you're pulling, so don't hate on your groomer, because sometimes dogs will get cut because you're having to get those mats out. It's just part of our job, unfortunately. We hate it just as much as you would, trust me. It brings us no joy. And I hate seeing them when they come in here. But definitely things to look out for is if you're seeing that hair start to mat down to the skin, you'll definitely want to try and brush that out sooner than later. And if you feel like you really can't, and you got to call your groomer and get some tips, or I know a lot of grooming salons even take walk-in brush outs. So if we have time, we'll certainly do something of that nature to try and help you out. And if you ever come in for your appointment and you have questions, we're always willing to help you do that as well. So.
And we have some really cool add-on products here that I know you love. You're quite the fan of. If you follow our Salon Spa page on Facebook, if you don't, you need to. But if you do, you frequently will see color jobs that are done on some of these dogs. And I know we have one in particular that comes in for an all-over color, but he always gets wild and crazy designs.
Truffle, yeah, my little guy Truffle. He's a little Maltese. He's like a rainbow.
He is. So let's talk to those people who are concerned about the dogs that they see in that color. Absolutely. Let's kind of dispel some myths a little bit.
Sure, I'd love to. I would love to, because I personally color my dog, so.
And I imagine you weren't born with blue hair, so you probably color your own hair too.
Yes, absolutely. 100% safe for dogs. Non-toxic. I've even used it on myself, and I will tell you one thing that's really cool is it actually doesn't take to human hair like it takes to animal hair, which I think is really kind of neat. But there's a lot of different products out there. Crazy Liberty, Opals, Avatar, and they make a lot of different products that are literally 100% safe for dogs. It's not cruelty. A lot of dogs really enjoy having it done. My dog actually falls asleep while I color her, and she just lays there and enjoys her little spa time with us. But it's just a great way to boost your dog's personality. They love getting the extra attention, positive attention, more so than the negative, but definitely a cool thing that you can do with your dogs. Our color prices range anywhere from $5 to up. I mean, if we can do it, we can do it, We'll definitely walk you through that. We have a bunch of different colors that we use. We have chalk, we have markers, we have paint pens, we have glitter sprays, we have permanent, semi-permanent colors, and you name it, we've got everything on the rainbow. It is definitely 100% safe for your dog. We do not use anything that would harm your animal here. That we're on board with, safety with all that, and we wouldn't do that if that was the case.
And we have nail wraps. We've been talking a lot about that lately. I brought my dogs over here to get nail wraps lately, and we really love those. Those are super cool.
Super cool, super easy. They tend to pop a little bit better on bigger dogs' nails, but you can still see them on the shorter dog nails too, so it's just really, really neat. It's a little extra bling that you can add to your dog. We have different colors, different styles. We have mermaid scales, we got rainbows, we got purple glitter. I mean, it's just a cute little accent that you can do. I think it would be about $20 total for all 4 feet. It would be 10 for the front and 10 for the back. But it's just, like a little bit of extra that you can do. And they're human safe too. You can use them on yourself. I mean, it's pretty close to the exact same thing that you would get to use for yourself. So definitely some cool things that we can do as far as creativity goes. We, of course, always give out our bows and bandanas with our grooms according to customers' preference. And then we have really neat little spriggy, cool confetti streamers that we have recently gotten in here. And those are pretty neat. But, yeah, summertime, anytime actually is a good time to let your dog sport out some creative color or any type of boost of personality,
Another one of our really cool things that we do, and I know some customers have really loved this service of the Fizzy Feet.
Oh, I love
And I
that
know
stuff.
you like the Fizzy Feet too. Fizzy Feet is an add-on service.
I have so many returning clients for that stuff. It is amazing. Lauren London came out with a product for dogs that have itchy, nasty, grimy, yeasty type feet. And you guys know what that smells like. It's the popcorn Frito
smell.
Frito ball that you guys will all get down there. You know, everybody knows the dog has done that. So. But what this does is it's got white tea tree oil in it, and what it will do is we allow them to soak in a tub, and we put the Fizzy Feet tablets in there, and they just dissolve up in about 5 minutes. We do not rinse them off because you don't want that stuff to go anywhere. So we just pull them out, towel dry, and go from there. And I literally have clients that come back every single time and say that worked amazing. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And that's just something simple that you can add to your bill for $5 to $10 depending on the size of your dog. So really cool product that they came up with. I'm super glad that we got that in here. It's actually one of my favorites.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool add-ons. We have a nice little menu of things that you can add on to pamper your pet. Also really good for their health. Things like plaque cleanse, which help break down the plaque on the teeth. You can add on teeth brushing, and we even give you a toothbrush that if you bring back every service, then you get 50% off the toothbrushing service. Yep. And so we have some really cool add-on things that you can do for your pet. But the everyday groom service is a nice inclusive package.
Very much.
So just our basic bath package includes what?
You will get the dog's anal glands checked because you guys don't want to do that at home. That doesn't sound like fun, does it? We will check the ears to make sure they need to be cleaned and or plucked depending on. We will check out their paw pads, their sanitary area. We'll do their nails. They'll of course get the bath, the brush out. And like I said earlier, with the stuff that we use in the store, everybody who comes in here pretty much gets a conditioning spray on their way out before they hit a table. So you got to look at that as being an extra little perk too. So.
Really, really nice stuff. And we use all natural products over here in the grooming salon. Pretty selective about what everybody uses. And as you can see, I don't know, I'm going to have to work on a pan around so you can see our grooming salon. Kelly's over here working on a dachshund mix. I think you did that on purpose. Trying to get the dachshund out. But this is our open style grooming salon. And so all of our groomers work alongside each other and kind of help each other and look out for the animals that they're grooming on each other's table if somebody needs to maybe step away. There's a lot of safety protocols in here. Some other things that I would draw your attention to, and you're going to have to turn around and go up, but are the cameras. We have cameras all over our salon. And so some of the things that I would really encourage you to do is to ask what safety protocols your grooming salon might have in place. Every single one of the staff members that work in our salon has gone through a CPR and first aid class for pets. So they are all CPR certified for the pets that they're working on. That's very important to us because emergencies do arise. As much as we wish that they didn't, emergencies arise from time to time. So if your dog goes into respiratory distress, if your dog is having some kind of an emergency, I have an own personal friend who brings his dog here, and one of the times he came here, he started with a seizure. But we were able to handle that and help because they have first aid training and they have the CPR training, so they're able to immediately jump into action. We also have some other things that we will do, like utilize CBD. If you request us to give a dose of CBD, maybe your pet needs a little extra chill pill. We've got that. We have that, and everybody take minutes for that to help keep your pet safe. Our goal is always a safe and happy experience here in our salon. And if your pet maybe struggles with going to salons, we would invite you to maybe have some frequent trips to come and get your pet acclimated to our facility so that they start to learn and associate good experiences with going to get groomed. Because we never want a pet to feel like they are coming to a place that's scary or they don't like. Now, my girls don't especially like coming over here and getting their nails trimmed, but they do love to see everybody over here. I will say my Newman loves coming in here because he gets razzled and dazzled when he's here.
Newman gets the full show.
He gets the show.
Glitter, he gets color. I think they even wrap his nails sometimes. Just to torture the boss a little bit.
Yeah, Newman gets full color when he's over here. Lots of fun stuff for my Newman. And he loves coming over here and hanging out for the day. But we do have a separate finish area where our pets go in kennels. And that's where they rest until you come to pick up, unless you have some special requests. We do have some senior pets who maybe don't do well in kennels. And we have some specific areas set aside for those kind of animals that maybe need a separate area to hang out until their people can come. But we do have a lot of safety nets in place in our finish room. We have doors on both sides. And so if you're getting an animal out of those kennels, they can't go anywhere until they have a leash on and are safely under our staff's control before they meet the owners. And then we have 3 gates. Can you show our gates? We have 3 gates here at the door, and those gates stay closed. And the place where Tracy's standing right now, we have a great shot of Tracy. I know she's happy about that.
Hey Tracy, turn around and say hey.
Where Tracy is standing is also a nice staging area for us to hand pets back over, because we want to make sure all those gates are closed and there's no risk of animals running out. Because just beyond that wall is our reception area where customers come into our building and pick up their animals. So of course it's like Dachshund Day. I think y'all would just
We have a weird feeling. We totally do.
I think y'all did this on purpose. But as you can see, it's furry over here. But it is a lot of fun. We try to keep it upbeat and we keep it kind of crazy. Let's talk about one more service that we provide, and you're the one who does this. We have Tranquility Sunday.
Tranquility Sunday. Those, if you, there's a lot of our clients who probably know me just from Tranquility Sunday. It's a fun day that we do the first Sunday of every month, and what we typically do is we'll do dogs straight through. It's no kenneled atmosphere. You don't have to worry about your dog being put up and then taken back out and taking a long period of time. If they're done straight through, pretty much, as fast as we can get them done and as safely as we can get them done. And they just hang out with us at the pet parent can get here abruptly or however fast we need them to. They'll run around the front. And sometimes they're actually pretty cool and just kind of hang out with each other on the floor. So, I mean, that's really neat.
It's nice, quiet.
Yeah, it's super quiet. Like, we put on some really chill music and we just vibe the day and let it just be really, really mellow in here. It's a very stress-free environment. We do it for dogs that have separation anxiety, medical problems, or elderly, or senior pets, new pets that are not good with other animals, unfortunately, because, due to recent times, unfortunately, a lot of animals didn't get a chance to socialize, so they're very nervous about being around other dogs, and the atmosphere can make them very anxious, and it can cause them to not have a good grooming experience. So Tranquility Sunday is definitely a good thing for those pets as well. And we take them of all ages, so just make sure that you have your rabies information, and it's just an additional $15 on top of your grooming price. So it's not super expensive, and it's for your pets. I mean, go a little extra mile if you need to. But those days do book up fast, and we do have a lot of returning customers for those days.
Yeah.
So, if you want to get on that book, definitely give us a call. If it's something that you think would be good for your pet.
It's amazing. I dreamed that idea up several years ago, kind of came up with the idea because we were seeing some pets who really couldn't come into our grooming salon during a busy day.
Oh, you mean like this?
Like this. And where it was a little bit crazy and murky. And so I dreamed up this service of a very quiet day that we can host over here. And it's certainly grown.
It's a brilliant idea, personally.
It's really, really grown and taken off. And I love that you have taken hold of it and shaped it so nicely.
The dogs are big, and I'm getting to know them, more and more, and then we get those new ones in here.
We'd eventually like to grow it to be more than one Sunday, probably never more than 2 Sundays.
I might need a break at that.
Doesn't always happen. But we do love that service and offering that for our customers because it's one more layer of customer service, which of course is what we're founded on. It is the foundation of all pets considered. Is our customers, and our customers are the furry ones. Their humans are our customers too, but it's really about the furry ones.
We like your animals.
Yeah. And so we're really here for your animals, and we try to show up in every way that they need us. And so that's one more layer of ways that we can do that. Is there anything else? Any other tips and tricks? Teach somebody about matting. If I had to say, is matting the plaits of fur, the dreadlocks that you see? Those are the easy mats to see. Let's talk about the not so easy mats.
Sure, absolutely. Well, we have multiple dogs that have different types of coats. So you get dogs that, of course, will show you their visible mats a lot sooner and let you know, hey, these are things that we need to take care of now. And then, unfortunately, you have those dogs that have that soft coat where underneath that layer that you would have to pick up, they've got a a nice little coating of matting that's down to the skin, and that's the kind of stuff that she's talking about that you want to look out for. You know, if you notice that you're one of those people who likes to sit and rub the same spot on your dog all the time, you've probably got a mat in that area or two, especially if you know you don't have them on a regular grooming schedule. One of the biggest tips that I can probably tell you is that if you book an appointment with us and you come in for your appointment, rebook before you leave. That's hands down one of the best things that you can do. Even if your dog hasn't fully groomed back out yet, we do offer a service called the Face, Feet, and Sanitary where they get absolutely everything we talked about before. You just aren't getting a body cut because maybe we had to go shorter than we wanted to at the time. But they are getting everything else taken care of. But those are things that you want to watch out for because, you know, they'll get them in the armpits, they'll get them behind the ears, they'll get them in the tail, the leg. Just those places that you're not necessarily looking at or cutting every single day are usually places that probably start to get mad at.
Yeah, right behind the ears. Yeah. Those long hair dachshunds get right behind the ears. And you know, if you cannot pull a comb through your pet's coat, that's a real indication that you've got matting. And I mean, pull it through the coat all the way down.
Yeah, like down to the skin. Like in that top layer I was telling you about, that's what you're gonna be like, oh look, no, I got this. Oh, also, do not, under any circumstances, wash your dog at home if they have mats. That is one of the biggest things that will cause them to get mats that will worsen.
Wow.
And will actually constrict the skin even more and cut off more of the blood flow. So that is something you want to look out for and definitely want to get in here to see us. Or any groomer that you actually can. You know, we all try to like to stay with our stylists whenever we can, but sometimes it's for the sake of the pet that we might have to do something else for them and go somewhere that might be earlier to get in, but we're just so popular and awesome that people like to book with us, so we can't help it.
Well, and I will say, I know this is not your specialty, but one of our other staff members, Rachel, her specialty is cats. And so Rachel likes groom cats, and so we do accept cats at our grooming salon. Rachel usually handles most of them. But one of the real things that I learned, and this goes for cats and dogs, when you're at home in between grooming and your cat or your dog, but especially your cat, gets a mat, I know it's real tempting to go get those scissors. It's real tempting to go get those scissors.
Don't do it.
And to try to cut out that mat.
It's so dangerous. It's so incredibly dangerous.
So dangerous. And I'll be the first to admit I didn't realize how dangerous.
Yep.
Until somebody caught me doing it. And I was like, really? Oh my God. You can easily cut the skin wide open.
Yes.
So especially the cats, because their skin is very different than dogs. It's a lot thinner and a lot easier.
Yeah, they're called matted shakedowns, not matted scissors downs. So, you know, you got to look out for that. The blades are definitely something you want to use on that. And if you're not comfortable with that or you're not skilled in that, definitely to the professionals, it is something you can very easily do is to injure your animal at home. And cats especially have super thin skin. So if you're not careful with that, it can be a bad vet visit. Like stitches. You know it. Yeah, and you know, that's not going to be fun for anybody. Not fun for you, the cat, or your bank account. So let's not do that.
There's a reason we leave it to the professionals.
Yep.
So our groomers all just attended a big show back in June, and went to some educational seminars, attended some of the booths to learn about different new products, kind of keep up on the trends, because just like any other industry, this industry has new and exciting things on the front lines all the time, and we're always staying there and always up to learning what's new and what's out there. But I will say the one thing that is always premier over here is safety. So we love your pets as much as you do, and we just want you guys to see what this is all about. And we're sorry if we haven't been able to get your pet in. We are really sorry about that. We are working really hard. You want to show Brittany over here. Brittany is what she refers to herself as a grooming baby. And Brittany is learning to groom. And so she just went down to Atlanta and attended a bunch of classes, some educational seminars on learning the tips and tricks of the trade. And we bought some educational materials for her to review and read and learn all about grooming. And so in addition to Brittany, we're also training, I don't see her now, but Dara is also learning to be a groomer. She's just a little ahead of you. And then we have a new groomer that is starting with us in another week or so, Sarah. So we should be able to lighten that book out time a little bit. I don't know, it seems like just when we get ahead, we all get booked up again. But we're trying our best to do as much as we can to serve all the clients that we can. In between times, feel free to come in. You can peek your head in and ask tips and tricks from our groomers if you need to know what brushes and combs to buy, or if you want a referral for a shampoo we sell in the store. We also have our self-dog wash over at the Sedgefield location, and we also book for premium wash services over there as well as nail trims. So again, if you're in between, feel free to go over to our Sedgefield store and do a self-dog wash, book a premium wash, and also get a nail trim. Those are places that you can go. Have you seen any questions, Tori, that we need to address? Okay. Oh, I thought maybe you'd get some questions, Alaina.
Tracy, you said you were going to send us a question.
Well, we really appreciate you guys showing up and watching our video. I really thought it would be a little crazier, Alaina.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like I laid it down. Hang on a second. Let me get my microphone.
Alaina is really good at karaoke. Yeah, right. And Alaina's frequent. There was even the time you did the weather report when we were expecting snow.
Which I think we're going to possibly make a weekly thing here in the salon. So we'll see how that goes.
It snows in the summertime in here too.
Yeah, it does actually. We get a lot of fur flying in the summertime next to the snowstorm in here. Like this guy over here, and you get a big
little corgi
of
doing a D-shed, huh? Oh wow! That's your appreciative, Tori.
Sorry, camera person, Tori.
Well, we hope you guys have a lovely weekend, and I will not be on Facebook Live next Friday. I'm sorry, I will be on vacation. But I will post a throwback to another one of our fun Facebook Lives. And if you want to take a look at any of our previous Facebook Lives, oh gosh, that fur. You can go to our YouTube channel, All Pets Considered, or you can go on our Facebook page, and you can also check out the video section there because all of our Facebook Lives are listed on our Facebook page and in YouTube. We really appreciate you joining us, and we're looking forward to the upcoming Facebook Lives. We'll have one at the end of July for a big giveaway, so be sure to check in.